how you doing? Today we're going to be talking about 18 words. That's what we're going to be discussing today. 18 words. Y'all going to have to work with me until I get me a mic, so you can hear me clearly. Because this phone, Lord have mercy. I never had it around water or anything like that, but um, the sound is kind of bad. Well, when people want to be manipulative and mess with the sound and stuff like that, that's what they have been doing, messing with the sound, messing with the video, trying to make it seem like the video is not clear, all that stuff like that. I don't got time for that. But anyway, the verse of the day is Luke 9:51. When the days drew near for him to be taken up, he set his face to go to Jerusalem. Okay? Let's collaborate on that for a minute. 18 words. It can be easy to forget that Jesus knew what his life held for him. He knew that he would spend his ministry with 12 unruly men who were trying hard to learn from him. He knew that his parents and many of his friends wouldn't understand who he was. Kind of my situation, shoot, I don't even know who I am, but these people, the way that they run around, honey, I gotta be something. It's something, y'all. He knew that he'd be mocked, run out of town, and seen as a liar. He knew that he'd die a horrible death and rise again. God forbid that happened to somebody. But some people, they have done me like that, called me a liar and everything like that. They wanted to convince people that I was lying about everything, in hopes that I run away. There ain't nobody going away and to the Lord, just say, girl, listen, let me get you up out of here. Okay? That's not the way I move somewhere. And I ain't going nowhere, not right now. But I do want to leave because I don't want to be around all this chaos and conflict anymore. With my dealing with my family and people, taking on bribes and stuff like that to come against me. So a move would be great right about now, but I can't do that right now. So it's okay. You know? When I need the words of Luke 9:51, 18 words, I'm floored. Mhm. Jesus knew that the time approached. I think I would to have that kind of knowledge. He knew what awaited suffer him. Okay, Jesus set out for Jerusalem. I'm so sorry for that pause. Please forgive me. Jerusalem was where it would all happen. He was already aware. Jesus knew that he needed him to deal with our sin. He knew that we were not able but he could. He knew it would be okay, embarrassing, and it would be an embarrassing death, unworthy of who he really is. He made the sacrifice for us all. That's what I'll be talking about too. God sacrificed a lot to save us, and look at what we're doing with our lives. Just because he saved us, ain't doing nothing with it. A lot of people ain't doing nothing with their lives and acknowledging God for who he is and how he shows up in our life. Because they want everybody to believe that he ain't do nothing with it. What they want people to believe. Oh, God ain't have no hand in that. Even though I was praying every night until he gave it to me, and he gave it to me, and I just forgot all about him. I ain't gonna tell you that. God is the one who gave it to me. They don't want to acknowledge him. Some people just atheists. They don't believe in God. I believe in a higher power. I believe that there is a God. I believe a whole lot of things. But it is what it is. It's whoever you believe in. It's okay. Nobody's trying to come against you just because you don't believe. I do. And I'm going to continue to believe. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about those 18 words because they kind of hit home. When people try to, convince people that you are a liar. Everything that you're saying out of your mouth is a lie. And they try to get other people to they try to convince other people to, join in on the manipulation and hope that it puts somebody and off their platform or push somebody in another direction or whatever, making people quit. Because that's exactly what they do. They love to make people quit. So they can be like, oh, see, that person is not strong enough, and this person did this for all. That person did all of that for no reason, and all this stuff like that. Because my family been calling me a liar for years. Even since I was a little girl, when I used to call stuff out and it used to be the truth, they used to call me a liar and convince people that everything that I'm saying is a lie. They did. I ain't lying. They used to convince people that it was a lie. Do you hear me? They did. But it was okay though. I wasn't worried about it. I just thank God that the truth comes out with documents and these people being able to look at video footage and all that stuff like that and do their investigation. And with them doing their investigation, they get their truth. They get their truth when it comes to text messages, when it comes to people doing things online and all that stuff like that. Because I don't care what nobody say. Ain't none of these platforms are ever, you know, not secret. They're not protective. They don't protect you in your conversations. They don't. They can say that all day that you're protected here and can't nobody see your conversations. That's a lie. If the feds want to see your conversation, if they want to get into anything they want to get in, trust and believe me, they have a way to. Ain't no privacy when you online, boo. None. I don't know what they told you that. I mean, you want to listen to everything that they tell you, go ahead. Go ahead on and build cases on yourself. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. You building cases on yourself. It's okay. I think this video is going to be actually a shorter video than the other video. I gotta talk about everything. Just like I said, people try to make it seem like you're not telling the truth and things like that. So they go through extreme measures to make you seem like everything that you're saying, a person is saying, or whatever, is lying and all that stuff like that. But people just do that. You just have to ignore those people and keep on going. Because my cousin, oh my goodness, this girl have been a pain in my behind for years. Katrina and Veronica. Lord have mercy. And I didn't even know my cousin was involved in all this stuff, and until I just started sitting back and just thinking about a whole lot of things that was happening. But I wasn't worried about anything like that. But God don't bless no mess. He don't. God do not bless no mess, not at all. But I just thank God for showing up in ways that I felt like He wouldn't show up just because of how I was being treated. I felt like I was being treated like that because I deserved to be treated like that because of the way I was living my life. I guess I don't know. The way I was living my life was not even a bad thing. It's how people was trying to make my life look. But it's like I said, I wasn't worried about it though. But I was comfortable when I had my job and stuff like that. I was able to do the things that I was able to do to care for my kids and stuff like that. And they took that away from me. And it kind of, that hurted me in a lot of ways. But I'm not worried about it. It's okay. I can't get those years back. Lost or anything like that. And they told me that my health insurance was going to end in April the 1st. And these people working hard, tirelessly, for me not to be seen by a doctor and all that stuff like that. They trying to make my health decline, I guess. I don't know. But so far, God has been stepping in and protecting me when it comes to my health and everything else. But they sent a message and stuff like that, which concerned me, and I wanted to go in and make sure that everything was okay. But according to these people, that my insurance had ended. It's supposed to end on April, but they telling me that it ended in February, and I don't understand it, y'all. Honest God, I don't understand it. But these people been doing stuff for a while, but they're wondering why their tactics is not working, and God is giving me another solution to be able to protect myself, and they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure out what triggers me, what pisses me off. Why are you worrying about all of this stuff like you gotta be with me? Like, love, leave me alone. I'm not bothering you. Ain't nobody trying to be with you. So why are you trying to cause so many troubles in my life? All these tower moments and stuff. Like, sit down somewhere. Go do something with your life. Maybe you'll direct the same dang on crowd as me if you just sit down somewhere and think about the things that you're doing. I mean, it ain't bothering me, but it just get on my nerves sometimes because people just keep the same thing going. Like, don't you want to make a change in your life? For the better, of course. Don't you want to make a change? Don't you want to change the way that you are being seen in this world? Because you're karmic. Nobody want that in their life all the time. Karmic people, like, golly, it's just weird. I refuse to allow people to come into my life and, make it chaotic. I don't like chaos and conflict, so I don't want to accept that in my life. And I know when it comes, ain't nobody got time for that. I know when it comes, and I know when it's at my door too. Like, baby, leave me alone. But I love y'all, and I want y'all to have a bless Wednesday. Have a blessed Wednesday, y'all, and a safe Thursday ahead. Stay safe. See you later, guys.